Welcome back to class, dear students. In this course, we are going to explore Surfpool. You've heard about it. How does it actually help make your life better as a Solana developer? Because it's about to change a lot of things in the way we build and deploy Solana program and manage it. Instead of the previous Solana test validator, you can now use Surfpool, and that is what I want to show you together in this video. As you can see on your screen, let's quickly just run Surfpool. Don't worry, we'll go together, but at least let's have a view of the power of what it got. So this is me trying to run Surfpool or Surfnet. Surfpool is now running, and then I want to launch this project. Then I can go into my local host, and have this. So this is sending token. It use a language called Runbook, and then we are able to use this UI, for example, to send it, or I can use the code, send the USDC, the token. Why this you are seeing here are from Mainnet. These things you are seeing here are from Mainnet. So you can imagine building, developing on local network and having access to Mainnet programs, Mainnet contracts. So these are part of the power that Surfpool brings. So then we can now, this program is trying to send to token, and then it will split it to two recipients. So this recipient 1 and then this recipient 2. Then the amount we want to send to them, we put it there. They are all editable. We'll still go through the code together. Then we validate and approve. Then you can see this runbook completed. You can see it. This, we can check the transaction here. So, and as we are seeing that, you can see everything is being updated here in real time. So let me quickly demo another powerful feature of Surfpool, which, like I told you, what we just did now deals with USDC on Mainnet, and we are able to access it to be able to distribute, create like a mock of token and use it to distribute on the local net. So like you fork it over without you running any validator and things like that. Let's quickly test another thing. Don't worry, like I said, in this course, you know, as usual, I will take you step by step. We'll install it together and a lot of things. Let's quickly do that demo as well. So this is I think Surfpool is running here. This is inside the project. Yeah, this inside an anchor project. So let's escape and stop this. So first, let's do Solana test-validator, and yeah, I want to put this side by side before we run this. Let's try and say we want to check this program is a mainnet program from Radium. We tap this, for sure there won't be anything showing up. So as we try to check the account, you can see that we have those errors. Let's run Solana test-validator, which is the normal test validator you use, but you know it's like in a vacuum, so it's not connected to the outside world of Solana like the mainnet and things like that. So initializing, so we have this running. Let's now try to fetch this program. You see it now, unable to find the account, so it's not working. So let's try and stop this and now run Surfpool. instead Surfpool start. So we got Surfpool now. Let's try to find that same account. You can see it, account updated, and instantly it fetched the details of that Mainnet program, which is Radeon program. We still see them here. There are some of Radeon programs. So it was able to fetch it for us and even showed us balance, length, and last deploy slot, and a lot of things like that. So that shows you the power. That means we can now connect and grab some info in real time while developing locally. You understand? So this amazing, and that is what we are going to look through together in this course. And like you know, I'm not here to just tell you, oh, everything works with any platform or protocol or tool. I try to show you to how to build with on Solana or any other blockchain. But the essence is that to help you discover things that makes your life easier to build or achieve whatever project you want to achieve or DApp you want to build with existing tools that makes or protocols that make it easier for you on Solana. So at the same time, I do point out what are some of the challenges or flaws that could be adjusted by the team and to make the protocol or the tool or platform better, and all those things we will do it together in this course video step by step. So before we go in to now start using this tool and look at what is Surfpool, what are they trying to achieve, and why you may want to check it out and start testing it as a Solana developer, and at the same time, how do you set it up? I'll walk you through what are the challenges I face while setting it up, some possible errors you might face that I faced. We try to replicate some of it together and work on how I fixed them and how you too can fix them. Then we'll now try to do all this together and set up Anchor project and use it to deploy an Anchor program on Solana and test things together. So all those will cover it. But before that, I want to also introduce a new section to this. As I do this every weekend, it's not easy. So the first thing is to do a shout out to as many of you that have decided to start donating and supporting. So Ure will get our first donation here, and I want to say a big thank you to whoever is behind this that made this possible. So I want to say a big thank you for that. And at the same time, this also leads to, if you appreciate what I'm doing, researching, testing tool, releasing this free on weekends, please consider donating. These things are free, but I tell you, they take the whole of my week as a full time. Telling you can try it yourself, trying to build a lot of these tools. They are not easy. There are errors, there are things, times I do back and forth with the team to ask questions. As you can see some of it here, that I went to the Surfpool team asking them questions, and they have been very supportive to help guide me fix a lot of those things. So these things are just not easy to do. So, and you want to support, please consider using the donate link, and it's powered by Helio Pay, which is the first sponsor I want to talk about in this video. So now I'm open to sponsor. If you are on Solana project or Web3 project and want to showcase to developer and support to keep this episode going every weekend, please reach out. You will see through link below in the description on the Programming University contact page, or DM on the Programming here you can see on X as well, or on my personal account as well. So now when we got this first donation, thanks to the donor, I was so amazed to get this email. It feels as if I'm using Stripe. And then this is Web3. And one of those things that attracted me to trying out Helios was the fact I was looking for how people can also pay with their card. So not just crypto. Yes, and they can use their card to now pay, yet you get your payment in crypto. So all these are what Helios does, and you can check them out. You can integrate them into your dApp or your business and things like that. So as a disclaimer, they didn't pay to sponsor this. I just feel, wow, this worth giving a shout out. And that's why I think I said I will be adding their logo to this, and I'm keeping my word for it. Maybe if they are seeing it, they may decide to support. I don't know, but I'm doing this unofficial sponsor of this. I have about other two I want to make for those of you that are building on Solana, looking at, okay, how can I get support? You can follow this Helio, and this is their site. You can start getting payment, subscription, and everything in Web3. So like now thinking, how can I get support building on Solana? I got Superteam Germany for you, and they are looking for you if you are building on Solana to support you up to 10,000 USDC in grants for your idea, product, and project that contribute to Solana ecosystem. So if you want to check them out, you can follow Superteam Germany. They also are not official sponsor. All these are, and I think in future I will start getting a lot of all these platforms. If you belong to any platform on Solana and Web3 as well that feel this series they want to support, please reach out. Let's collaborate. They are not official support our sponsor also for this. I'm just giving them a shout out. When I saw this is interesting and you want to check and apply, I think this is more for Germany, and that's why I myself, I think I reach out to them if they will be supporting this. So you can like and tweet and reach out if you find it helpful, if they can consider being a partner and supporting as well. So, or getting us a grant on their platform as well. So, and I also see a lot of percentage of German people and developer watch the programming, especially on YouTube as well. So you want to check them out. Another shout out, and this is the grant you can see, you can be able to apply if you're in Germany or around. So just reach out to them. And then another one is from Kumeka Team. This is not also sponsored, but these are things that are good for you as developer. If you are looking for fun to build things you are learning in these DPU courses, is the Kumeka Team, and this is for Ukraine. So if you are in Ukraine or surrounding country, Baltic country around Ukraine, then you may want to check them out as well. They got you can follow them here, and at the same time you can check their platform and apply for their grant as well, up to 10K as well for you to apply if you are building. So that means as you are learning a lot of these things, you can, as I see this platform that could support you as developer and things like that, then I showcase them. Like I said, none of these three sponsors support yet as at the time of recording this. We don't know if any one of them seeing it. You can shout out to them and decide to support and keep this weekend Solana Build Weekend series going. So that's it. But if you want to become official sponsor, then please let me know, reach out. So that's it for this section. We can now begin to start building with our Surfpool. So now let's talk about the first section where we'll be focusing on intro to Solana Surfpool. So we'll talk about Surfpool Localnet, Surfpool Infrastructure as a code, and Surfpool programming language. Then from there we'll look at the features that will be available And then how the third section we talk about how do you set up Surfpool, and then the fourth section we now go deep into building and using Surfpool. Welcome, dear friend. I'm Solomon Faucet, founder of the Programming University, a free Web3 development education platform. Please note our content are for education purpose only, not financial, trading, investment, programming or development advice into any of the platform discussed. Always do your own research. And please, we may get sponsorship, partnership, token or whatever form during, before or after creating this content, but we try as much as possible to remain unbiased and make it educative. If that's agreed on, let's get right into this content. Yeah, what is Surfpool? Like I told you, Surfpool is a drop-in replacement for Solana Test-Validator, purpose-built to offer the best possible experience developer build on Solana. Now, based on my own experience, simply put, Surfpool is a Solana Localnet environment with access to mainnet data and programs without you needing to sync a Solana node, which currently will require you to have at least about 3 terabytes, requiring about 250 gigabyte RAM. So all those things are what you will need now. For example, you just want to sync like part of Solana mainnet. But all this now, Surfpool handles everything. You use your local net as usual. You say how we run it. Yet you will have access to interact with mainnet programs like I did in the demo, and we'll still work and do it together, how you set it up, and you can start developing with it together yourself. So that means Surfpool breaks the previous known isolation of localnet and making mainnet programs and data available to developer on demand, even if it is on mainnet during test and development phase, without direct expensive mainnet testing. So those are the advantage that Surfpool brings. And when you talk about Surfpool, you also hear about infrastructure as code. So all these things, like I told you, we'll see this together, run this anchor code together, and you will see all these things, their infrastructure as code. They help you, manage your code and make it easier for you from development to when you are ready to mainnet. So all this, will go through it together, and that is what the Surfpool infrastructure is. And the infrastructure cater for about 3 things, on focusing on making on-chain infrastructure and everything from Solana program development, upgrade things, making them super easier with all these things. And how do you set this up in your program? We'll do it together. So that's why you should make sure you watch to the end of the video so you don't miss anything. And at the same time, remember to subscribe to the email list. So where as the mail go, I'll be sending you anything I see about tools on development in Web3, in Solana ecosystem and beyond, and maybe Web3 developers, Solana developer jobs, opportunity and things like that in the email list. So you want to also join the email list, make sure you share the video, like and subscribe as a way to also support to keep this going. Now, all these things help with the Surfpool infrastructure as a code. So all those things are there as well. Then another aspect they focus on is signing infrastructure, trying to make it easier for you. That is another thing. That's why a lot of program as well, get leaked off. Managing signing is not easy if you have ever tried to deploy program on mainnet, because now any little thing, if your signing wallet account get leaked or something, that's the end. You can easily get hacked and your protocol and program lose millions of dollars of users' funds. So all these are what they try to make easier. At the same time, with off-chain infrastructure, this is so interesting because you can see like they are literally integrating Subgraph into this program, Solana program development. So we'll still talk more under the features, but just letting you understand some of those things. Then another thing you want to understand there is the Surfpool programming language. It introduced a new maybe you call it scripting language or whatever, or I just call it a programming language called Runbooks. So it's not that you need to go and sit down and learn another programming language. Wow, I'm still struggling to wrap my head up with Solana Rust, and here's another language to learn. No, you are not really, because a lot of things, these things will be auto-generated based on your Rust program in Anchor or Kano or Pinocchio or something. So I think those are the two they support now, that you can easily use it there, and all those things will be generated for you automatically. So it's just basic things you need to learn, and we try to learn as much as some of them together as well in this course. So those are the things, and the base feature when you talk about the main features of Solana Surfpool features are like one I've told you, it's like a replacement of Localnet. So currently I showed you initially, then when you want to spin up the, let's escape this, Localnet, you spin up with Solana Test-Validator. But the problem there is that once you have it, you are in an isolated development environment. So the alternative is for you to go to DevNet, and if you have developed with trying to interact with like the last time we built a full stack Solana DEX using Jupyter API. Now that API, Jupyter program and everything is deployed on Mainnet, not on DevNet. So you cannot easily test. Even some like maybe Radium that have on DevNet, a lot of those things are not in sync with reality of what is the real protocol on the Mainnet. So even at times when you develop on DevNet, you might not have the program Mainnet version deployed, and when it deployed, most times they are not up to date and lack real world experience. So but now when using Surfpool, you have the access to Localnet, but at the same time you have connection to the Mainnet. So that means as you build, anytime you need to interact with Mainnet program using CPI, you can easily do that under Subnet. So that makes it cool. So, and like I told you, the weakness of Localnet, if you have used it before, no connection to reward program, need deployed each program you need individual, and anything you need is in between there within your own PC, not even easy to share. So but Subnet remove all those things. You can easily share with other people. They can run Subnet cloud and things like that. So a lot of all these things are there. You can fetch Mainnet program. Then 2, 3 is that you can interact via CPI with Mainnet program. Like I did it then, that we are able to make a call. You can see it now, and previously when we run Solana Test-Validator, it was saying unable to find the account. But once we did that, connect Surfpool, then it was able to pull and give us some info about the Radium. This is a Radium program live for us. So then unlimited token airdrop. Another thing is when you look at DevNet, it's becoming an issue that people are always here. I need DevNet so to develop, I need this to develop. Now this has an unlimited facet for you to use. So we'll try and use some of these things together. So this is a facet. You can one, you have a lot of token that you can easily search for token, like let's say Bonk, for example. You can see it, Drift, you can see them. So you already have Juke there, you already have Ray there, and a lot other token that you can easily search and add them. For example, if I say I had Drift, you see it, I can go again and add Bonk, USDC, add Juke, you understand? Add Bonk, for example. You can see it now, and then you can send to multiple wallets at the same time. So all these things are and you are not limited. You can come here and airdrop yourself 10,000 or whatever the coin, 100,000. You understand what I'm saying? 200, 250,000 or whatever. So that means you have as much as possible to develop. So no restriction, no going to this facet is not working. So you can develop at any point in time and test and still have connected to. So that's another. Then the fifth thing is the installation support multiple OS like Mac, Linux, Windows. So, and we'll go through how to install this together step by step as well. So it also have the sixth feature is the Runbook, which help you generate these codes like I showed you earlier. You see, and this, a lot of it, go through your project and generate them. Will follow the step by step how to generate those things into your Anchor project already easily for you. So, and then can access any amount of token during running program. So even when you are running your program on the fly, you can assign yourself tokens and then use it. Maybe you want to distribute or use it for testing on the fly. So that's another thing. And another essential thing, last part of the eighth feature I want to talk about is what is called the Surfpool Cloud. So which, imagine you have a project you are building a protocol on Solana and you need more people to test it for you, beta testers and things. Instead of going through the process of trying to bootstrap your own RPC and things like that, you can use Surfpool Cloud to start it, and all the infrastructure, unlimited facets and things like that will be on, and then users can test it in different places across the world. So all these are essential features that I feel, that's why I want to share this in this course for you as a Solana developer. So, and there are some interesting upcoming features. I've listened to some the founders, Ludo and his co-founder as well. I've talked about, like I've told you about Subgraph that makes it easier for, literally your on-chain program are indexed and have a strong Subgraph structure that you can easily take advantage of and use to index, and then from there pull it to your front end of whatever is happening with your Solana on-chain. That is amazing. This is currently difficult to do. All these are in the Surfpool, and then they want to have a domain, so you can easily deploy your program with a custom domain, make the Subgraph available on Mainnet, more RPC endpoint profiling, MCP with AI integration, traffic simulation on Mainnet and things like that. So I think these are cool, but like I said, I'm not here just like, I'm not on marketing for any project here. I'm just here to make the life of developer easier on Solana, on any blockchain I do courses for. So, and those are things I'm pointing out for you. So the first thing is the setup is for installing Surfpool for your Solana development. So on Windows, Mac OS and Linux. So if we go here and as we get on getting started, you can see, so you can pause. And like I told you, I always tell you, don't not joke with the official documentation of especially when you are building Web3. You understand? Because a lot of these things, those AI tools are not up to date with them, even in normal Web2 development. So you need to be able to stay up to date and spend some time, read through before you jump into using AI. And when you are now stuck, you can start asking questions. And when the AI are missing things up, you can easily also guide it to give you the best result. So you should always use your AI to support, for sure. I as well use it and advocate for it in all my courses. Now, because they 10x your delivery as developer. Now, if you are on Mac, you should just do this build tab txts/tabs, then build install txts/tabs/Surfpool, then you install. And if you are on Windows, then you want to go into the manual installation, which goes to the release page, and you want to download the Windows something, as you can see it here. So if you tap that, you want to download based on the latest release. So the current one, as at the time I was recording this video, is 0.4.0. So maybe in future we'll also be doing some updated video for new features. And you see it's a pre-release, so keep caution of that. So you can download it. And if we go to download, you can see it now. So this is already in exe executable file for you. So if you double click this now, you can run it, but I will not do that because I am on Linux. So I will not run Windows something that I just want to show it to you. So it makes it more straightforward for you on Windows. So how do you now install Surfpool on Linux? Let's go back here. In the dock, you can install Linux with snap. So just do sudo snap install Surfpool, and we'll do that together. But I want to show you, because currently, I don't know by the time you'll be watching the course, if I will not recommend you doing this, though it's the easiest. You just do, and we try to do it and replicate an issue. So if you are having it, share it with me in the comment, and then I will tell you how you will fix it. So instead, we are going to either build from source or manual installation. So from source, I find it a bit here and there. So I think it's as easy to use the same manual, just similar to Windows, which here you want to look for the one with Linux. And that is this. You want to download it. I already have it already. So that's why I won't re-download it again. So, and that's what I'm running. I want to run it for you, so you will see we install it step by step as well, just like I've shown you the Mac, then the Windows. But since I'm using Linux, if I run this now, you see it's run. Seems I have do I have other instance? Okay, it's here now. You see connection established. But if you are not seeing this and seeing error, so because I want to show you step by step so that it makes it easier for you to do installing on Linux without those errors, let's start with this first. I want to, if I do Surfpool version, I can see Surfpool version that I have, which align with the current release we saw here. So we have that. Now I want to uninstall this, so I will now show you step by step how this is done, and you will understand what I'm trying to push here. So we have this So I had to set up Symlink and things. So it's a bit not too complex, but that's why I want to show it for you. I'm trying to check the Symlink and then I want to remove it. So once I remove it, it shouldn't show again. So you see it now, no such file. So you see that this was showing me that it existed before, but it's gone now. Probably if I try to check version, it will be gone. You see it now. So other one I can try to do with Surfpool, and then it will, not show me anything, as you can see, just like the version as well. So, and if I want to check, I think the directory I installed it in was opt/Surfpool. Let's try to see. You see it's there. So I need to remove that as well. Sudo remove -rf/opt/Surfpool. So let's retry and check. So yeah, everything is gone now and we don't have any of those. So if we try to check the version, then everything is gone. And which Surfpool, everything is gone. Now let's begin to install. The first easiest option is to use this, because that's the essence of why I do this course, to help you, take you things step by step and make development easier for you as a developer. So we have this. Let's copy this and run. Surfpool snap install Surfpool, enter. So you can see it now, and if I run this again, Surfpool version, yeah, it might be, I may need to open another terminal. That happens at times, but let me see if the which will work. You can see it, this now showing this, but if I open another terminal and say Surfpool version, I should be able to bring it now. You see it. So in case you are installing, at times those things need to refresh to be able to reflect those installations. So that's why that is not showing out of the box there. So now that we have which Surfpool, that we have this sorted. So now that we have Surfpool installed, again like Surfpool version, and then let's now do Surfpool start. Yeah, let's see what happens now. Cool. I'm glad I was able to replicate this error. Let me expand this for you. You can see this error. First, normally you say connection established, but it says unable to complete airdrop. Error reading keypair. This is the main error. Error reading keypair file. This, permission denied. OS error 13. Now I've been able to reach out to the team. Shout out to them. They've been very helpful. So you want to also join their Discord, and you will see in the doc. So you can join their Discord. If you got stuck, they are very helpful. You can see me asking a lot of questions while I was working on the course to really get to know about it. So I think this is one of the questions I asked here. You can see it. And I was able to get, thanks to Ludo, he really responded and helped a lot too. So what I got to understand there was that the issue was from maybe some access that this need to gain. And because Snap, when you install on Linux with things like Snap, it's like in a sandbox, you understand, for security and a lot of things like that. So there are some things those applications installed through it will not be able to gain access to. And you know your keypair is a very important key because it's like your private key for development. So that's why as a developer you should never have your keypair at this point that is actually tied to your real wallet. It should always be for development. That's what I have. So even if anybody hack into my system and get that, you are just getting access to development wallet. You understand? But notwithstanding, it should still be treated as something. So that's why they don't have permission for it. And it told me there and even sent me a link for where they have submitted requests or things, maybe for Snap to give them access to it. But pending that time, with this, once you see this, you won't be able to use this to deploy and do a lot of things. So you had better just uninstall it. So, and that's what we want to do together on your Linux. I don't think there's issue like that on Mac. I didn't see that when I read through. I didn't see anything like that on Windows. So, though they said they are support, they may say, but I think it works. But this is on Linux due to the Snap that makes it super easy to just install. So because of this now, we need to uninstall it and then reinstall the other way. Now I need to stop this. So if you encounter this, then you won't be able to. Your Anchor, a lot of other things interact with this, and it will just break a lot of things for you. So let's escape this, and then we need to go back to here, and you can either build from source, but I found that could be confusing for some of you. So I decided to go for the manual installation, go to the release, latest release or version you want to use, and locate the pre-built binary for Linux. So you can see this, and you want to tap it and download. So like I said, I've downloaded it. So before that, so that we don't cause conflict, let's uninstall. Let us uninstall the one we did earlier with Snap. So let's get it uninstalled, yeah, so that we can be able to so again version, just to be sure we still have it here, and you see it now, we have this here. So let's now uninstall this, sudo snap remove Surfpool. Remove Surfpool. So let's confirm version, that's gone, which is not showing, but at times there could be some residuals there. Let's try and remove anything to be ensured, because we want to install another one and we want to ensure there's no issue for us there, so that there won't be conflict with any residual files or things like that. So we want to make sure everything has been removed and do the Surfpool again, and then we got nothing. So we are good to go. If we try to run Surfpool start now, you see it will, even if I start a new Surfpool start, command not found, but you can be installed. So you see it now. So we have this clearly done, and now I want to reinstall it. How I was able to bypass that, because I was not able to do anything with it, I'm telling you. So it's a bit frustrating with the errors. So for us to not hang on with that error, let's now start to go back here, fix the release. Then you want to go inside where you downloaded, and you want to go here and go to this, yeah, and have this Surfpool. We have this set up now. You can see it. So unlike .exe on Windows where you just double click and run and things like that, here now we can't run it like that. So for you not to have issue that then you follow this step by step how to install Surfpool manually on your Linux OS. So now if we go here, we'll be taking the this step by step, so we want to make a directory for it first. So we are having this inside, depending on your system, but most Linux, this Linux 24 Ubuntu 24.0402. so you want to make a directory inside. Usually most of the things we install goes inside the OPT, so you can ls check what is in the OPT folder first. So you can see things like Android Studio. We use this for Solana mobile development using Next.js and things. Using React Native Expo and more. So you can watch the previous weekend course for that if you want to develop on Solana mobile. And don't forget to join the email list, support to keep this going, to your donation, like, subscribe, share, and more, retweet and more. So now I've got question asked below as well. So now these are the ones we have there. So I want to also create that inside it. That's why you see me using that command. So I want to also make for Surfpool there. So if I go back and check this, you'll be able to see Surfpool now. And at the same time, if I do this and add Surfpool, then there's nothing here yet now. So we want to move this binary inside it. That's why I'm taking the time, because it can be confusing for some of you. And so you want to have that, and you want to move this from our, don't forget again, from downloading it to unzipping it, and then the binary. Then we want to move the binary from, so you want to, depending on, so this is just sudo move from, this is in the download, this is where we unzip it, and this is it here like we have it here. Then we are moving it inside this opt/surfpool, the inside this Surfpool folder. We want to move it inside for it to be in here. So enter, and you can see that this became empty. And if we go back again and check here, we now have the Surfpool here. So from there we can now see how to run. So there are just some other things you want to do, like you want to ensure the binary is executable. So if you have been installing, if not, this will not be executable. So we want to run sudo chmod +x and this, and then the path to the file, and then run another one, this, root and all those things. So once we run this now, we are able to have this on. So let's check. So ls-l. So this tells us the capacity and some things like that, details of the Surfpool. And if I go back again and run, so once we have that, we want to create, remember in the beginning, I have a same link that we need to have it in our system part, like you have here. Finally, make sure the Surfpool is available on your part. This process will differ depending, so that it will be available when you call it in different places. Unlike you are inside an anchor project now, you can call it and it will respond. It won't be like you have to always go to specific location before you can run it. So let's make it create a sim link and then make it available through the system part. So let's have that created. So you can pause and see what I've run here. So these are things you can also give to your AI to guide you on it. So those how AI help you with a lot of these things. So let's verify the same link, and then from there we can go back to start checking the Sulfpool version. It might not show here. We need to open a fresh one and say Sulfpool version, and here we go again. Then which Surfpool, you can see it now. So we have this back again, and now we can run Surfpool start, and let's see what is going on. Cool. You can see that it shows connection established, this, but without initial error, because it now have full access to everything it need access to do to us. Don't forget, this is like our test validator, is our test validator. So it has to have access to as many things that we are using with our Solana tool, like our CLI tool and things like that. So having it being caged from them is an issue. But now this is open, and from here henceforth we are free to start using and exploring what Surfpool have to offer. But if you saw the previous error that says doesn't have access to your wallet and things, then it's time for you to make sure you go back, follow the instructions step by step, how to manually install Surfpool, on your Linux OS. So we got that fixed now, and we are ready to move on and start. We have seen how to start Surfpool. We have set up installation. You can now have it on your Mac, on your Windows, and then also on your Linux. So we are now ready to experience the power of Surfpool. So the next section, will now be, which section, or section 4, will now be on using Surfpool. What are the things we can actually do with Surfpool? So we'll be looking at using the VSET, simulating Solana Mainnet program, and then trying to deploy it with an Anchor program. So we'll do that together in the section. Meanwhile, remember to check if you want to get update opportunities like mail on tools I'm exploring, what course I'm working on, or project I'm partnering with coming up. Please subscribe to the email list in case I also get maybe post for job for Web3 developer, Solana developer, and more. I also post it there, and things like that, check in the email list. And please, you want me to keep doing this every weekend, consider supporting with donation and also recommending for grants, for support, for partnership by project or team or community you belong to in Solana and beyond. So that helps to keep it up. So that's it. I will see you in the next section. So in this section 4 or D section, where we'll be talking about how to use Surfpool for Solana development, I will focus on 3 main things. The first aspect, we'll look at how you use the Sulfpool Faucet to get tokens to get started. Then the second one, we look at how you simulate Solana Mainnet programs locally with Surfpool. Then the third one, that is when we'll be looking at building and deploying an Anchor Solana program using Surfpool. So we'll look at that together. So the first thing, let's see how to use Surfpool Faucet with unlimited token to get unlimited token airdrop for your Solana development. So if we go to the Faucet, see faucet.surfpool.run, like I once show you an example here. So let's refresh. So, and I told you, like now this Solana, you can add other tokens, maybe from the listed, like Juke for example. You want to add other ones that are not listed. There is a search here, so you can search, for example, for Bonk, and then you tap, then you can add, just as long as it's there, just search it. Do it, for example. So when you look at this now, you can put any amount you want. Maybe Jupe, you want 5,000 of it. So these are part of the things you cannot see in the normal Faucet for, like maybe DevNet, for example. So this, remove the limit for you when you are developing with Surfpool. You don't have limit, a lot of token, then you can easily get their airdrop and make use of them. So want maybe 1 million of this, and drift, maybe you want 3,500 of it. So you can, and then you can also add recipient, multiple recipient. This same thing, you can airdrop it to multiple recipients at the same time. So it doesn't just have to be one recipient. Just click here and then you can add more recipients. So let me check. Okay, we're already running Surfpool here. Let's see. We have Solana config get. So for some of you that are wondering, you can have this set to this currently local, so you can set it as well to like maybe DevNet or whatever. So I want to check Solana address. So I want to copy that address from here. That's what is inside our config Solana ID. So .json. So I want to copy it and I can send to it. I think I've sent, and for you, before we send it, for you to check it, there are still some things I was asking the team, but I'll figure out some things myself in terms of, if you go to scan.io, you can check, copy that same wallet. So you want to, for you to easily actually see it, for example, if I put it now and just visit here, so this having zero balance here because it's on Mainnet. So you want to go, you can see we have, let me remove this so that you can be able to see how I set it up. Then if I test it on testnet, or let me try devnet, so this on devnet it has 11 point something. So now you can set the local as a custom RPC. Go on side here and let's go to where we are running our this, and you can copy this over or just type it over. If it's at times it doesn't just copy from there like that. To 7.0.0.1. I get it correctly. Point 1, 8899, column 8899, and then connect. The RPC is on available. I think it's 127. Oh, let's HTTP. Wow. HTTP 127.0.0.18899. Let's see. So you see it, though it was because I was adding HTTPS. So you set that and ensure that's what you selected here. So if we go again and copy the wallet, and put it right here, then you can see I got about 10,000. So these are now real money for sure. So so this can develop. You can only get something like this on Surfpool. On DeepNet, you know what that means, you understand, because it's not easy to get DeepSo on DevNet and things like that. So this is the SO balance. Then let's get back to try to use the Faucet now and send maybe 25,000 so that we can see it. Whereas some other one like that, then click this. So make sure you have your Surfpool running. Oh, I should have put it aside. So you see that the moment I tap that, this was, and you can see token account updated. So these are the token account for all these tokens. So I think when I reach out to the team, then that's why I said if you get stuck, they are, at least based on my experience, they are very responsive and supportive as well. All these were not there, but when I showed them some issues, and then they went ahead and added some of these features. So you can always join their Discord, like I've showed you, to, you know, anytime you get stuck and things like that, to get help there. So that's it here. And if I go back, and you can see it that this gets updated, so you should make sure your subnet is called like subnet, but the two actually is Surfpool, powered by Surfpool. So you can hear subnet, simnet, and things like that. So you see the subnet provider and things like that. So get updated. I think once you are running this UI, you should ensure you have this on. If it's not on, this might not work. So now let's go back. And try to run. Yeah, so this is showing confusing balance for me now. So these are part of the things I said they are still in development. We can probably any of the team as well watch this. Why SoScan suddenly show it as this balance? I think maybe later it will be updated. So it shouldn't. So it should be showing like 225 or 25,000 or something like that now. So if that work, or 35,000. So that's how you are able to update and get other tokens as well. Also, as you program, you can use and get the token. Now that we have sorted that out, I just want to show you. I think maybe later they will still work with more of maybe their own something we can link up with here and get more full details of it. But I don't think this is giving me much real details of what is going on here. So now the next one we want to do is now simulating Solana Mainnet locally with Surfpool. So to program, so how to simulate Solana Mainnet program locally with Surfpool. Here what I did, you can just check any Mainnet program ID, is that I think I went to this page where you have Radium IO and some of their program, which you can see some here. So let's just pick some of them randomly, and we have another terminal so that we can be seeing what is going on. So if I go here, I want to check launch lab, or all these are mainnet. You can see it. These are devnet. So mainnet, how can we just you understand, get this? So for us to get it, we want to have Solana program show, and then let's pick some of them like this now, and that's why I put this here so that we can see what's going on. So this read from bottom up, so not from up down. Show the program. This is a Solana Mainnet program. Let's see. You can see it. So it gave us the program ID, the owner, the program data address. Solana deal with 2-in-1, unlike EVM where the smart contract hold both the execution code and the data. Solana instead have 2, which you can watch in the first full stack course we did about building your portfolio app and first something on Solana. So it's full detail course, you can watch it. But just that is 2. So there's program that undo, that's the smart contract, program that undo the code, execution code. Then it's connected with another one that undo the data. So that's why it's become much easier to upgrade execution code on Solana compared to EVM. So it gives us the authority, the last deploy slot, then the sole balance of that program. So let's try another program. So you know that this is not just like an isolated event. So you as well can try some program. So we can try this now. So another program, I just copy another one randomly there. probably my network or something. Yeah, so you can see it now that this got updated and we got a live detail of the account. So the authority of it, the program data address, as well as own data address, then the show balance is having, and data length, and a lot of other info like that. So as many of these you can play around, or any other one you have. So that tells you and shows you the power. So now I want to now move to the next section, which under this, which is the third one under this section, about how to deploy an Anchor Solana program with Surfpool, which a lot of you have been anticipating to get as well. So let's get that one done. Yeah, so now let's talk about how you deploying Anchor, how to deploy Anchor Solana program or Solana Anchor program with Surfpool. So on the Subnet, Simnet or whatever, and unlock the full power of Surfpool to, connect with Mainnet program, the infrastructure as code and things like that. So to make it easier, we are going to use their official repo for that. So you will see link in the description as well. So we want to go there. Do I have it here? So to txts Surfpool -example. So these are their example folder. So we want to go with so that you can see it much better. So we want to go with this split token transfer example. So maybe by the time you check in, we have more there as well. So this what we'll be going to. I always encourage you, when you use developers code and things like that, and you are finding it helpful, remember to start it, even before, then you can now fork it and things like that. So this we have now, and I think I've also fork this. Yeah, so I will just go to my own fork already. So up to date, and time now is for us to clone it. So open the folder. So I want to clone it inside here. Open in terminal for the folder you want to clone it in, and git clone. So cloning, we have this Surfpool example. So I want to cd into that, so that I can open it in editor. So you can use VS Code or more AIIDE like Cursor, Windsurf. So I interchange as this AI race. So anyone I feel is best at a point in time with AI integration is what I use. So I think last weekend we used Cursor. So we are using Windsurf, and I think Windsurf is now owned by OpenAI. Just bought it for about $3 billion. So yeah, Windsurf. So I can. Oops, no, I think I want to go directly inside the ls. Yeah, I want to go directly inside this folder, split token transfer, so that we won't have a headache moving all around later. So cd again and paste. Surfpool example. Oh, I need a space there. Yeah. So we are now inside here. If I ls, you can see anchor, cargo, all those things are there. So this is an anchor program. So what I need to do now, I can now do the windsurf again to open it specifically. So I think I can close this. So I have this now, and you can use your AI for anything you don't understand as well. So we got this in editor. Let's quickly have an overview of what is this about. Coming. Yes. Also, I want to stop the I want to stop this, because if I don't stop it, if I want to start it directly inside the anchor, it will tell me that it's already started, and I want to be seeing it directly inside the anchor stuff. So you just click quit escape key, and then we have it here. Cool. So we can close all this now, and then we'll be more focused now inside this where we are, the split token. So right here now we can begin to look at, let's quickly go through. I want to see if this is, let me zoom. I want it to be more comfortable you seeing it. So since we are not like using the AI now, let's hide that and make this a bit, I think you can see it much better now. So yeah, hope. So now this, what you will see, you have the split token. When you initialize an anchor folder, that is how it will be. You have your program file, then usually you have something like a test file. So that test, like the test, is what you now have this instead. So now inside the program, you have your source, and that's where you have your lib dots. That's your Rust code for your Solana program. So I can minimize this so you can see things much better. Then you have other ones like instruction, like transfer. So here we go. Like I said, so like your normal Anchor Rust setup program, you have where the actual program is this. This is the main actual program. But you can also have some other code when you break your code into modules. So that's why you see that we are like importing instruction. So like I take like everything in there, which are like our mod and split token transfer program, Solana program code. So, and this you can just copy for the AI to ask questions, but that's the basic of what is the normal thing you want to do with your import. Declare the program ID, the program, then everything go inside here. For your program call split token transfer, you have your anchor, access to all this super. Then you now have your functions, and the function is just a single function, which what it does is calculate the amount it's handle a transfer. And what the transfer does is you are transferring, but whatever you are transferring, you want to always split it between two recipients. So, and there you are saying it calculate the amount to transfer to each recipient. If the amount is odd number, then one recipient will get one more token than the other. So even number, like if the token is like 100, then you can split it 50-50. But if the token is like 103, then it can only split it, or let's say 101. Yeah, then it means somebody might get like 50, another one will get 51. So that's, then if not, you just split it to half and send it. And all these are dealing with a meeting, a event, a CPI. So you will still have a better understanding of what, or we should just go through. Yes, I think we should just go through some of it. So all these are coming because we have Surfpool. We'll be using Surfpool, but you can't see anything Surfpool here except for this .tx, like your test file, but you will still see all those things, how to put Surfpool into it and then things like that. So all these are essentially needed with the Surfpool, because remember, when we are talking, we talk about having something like a kind of database. So we talk about having a subgraph database, that's part of your infrastructure as code offered by Surfpool, is the ability to allow your code to have a kind of indexer, you understand, so that whatever happens on mainnet, on chain with your code, you can be streaming it and easily have a structured data of it, who interacted with it, when did they interacted with your program, is it getting fee, is it not getting fee, is it doing this? And I can just imagine a lot of opportunity that unlock. The current way that is done now is a bit cumbersome and may become easily expensive for mainnet project. But with this now, once they can also have it on mainnet, then it's a game changer, because once you are deploying, you have this already listening, taking advantage of the event that you have already, and emitting it, and then streamlining it according to your subgraph, the way you structure your subgraph syntax and all those things, and follow it, and then you can easily use it for your front end and database and things like that. So that make it super easier. So that's what all this, and when you look at the instruction that was imported, you can see there's mod here, that's transfer and this. Then you have this, you can see events, CPI, that's how Solana program talk to each other. So it's like a program invocation. So then you can see how the account, you have your sender, and handling the authority who will pay for it and things like that. So you can go through and you see all these events being emitted. Like I told you, that's part of why you have your AI. You can pull it and say, like, explain this at split token transfer, explain this Solana program to me as a beginner. So you have it there, and then it will try to help you understand. We always enhance our courses with AI because it's so essential for you. You can even sell it, you take it and you say this Solana program allow user to split and transfer to to 2 recipients in a single transaction. Here's a simple breakdown. You see it, the main lib, that's the entry, the account, the sender. You see a lot of things like that you can learn about. Let's hide the AI again. So just you can go through, but it's so essential that a meeting, because you will see how that is being used later. So we have all that sorted, and I think all these are your normal anchor. All these are initiated automatically, generated for you as you. Then you can now customize it based on your program. So you will see this. Most of these are similar to what you will see, but as this, we have your program. That's the name of the program. But here, their dependency, it always change based on what you are using. So you are having the version. So I think the README for the project itself recommend using Anchor 0.31. So you can follow the instruction here as well. But you see how once you have this, you install your Surfpool, then you run. Once you set this up, you want to run like Anchor build and things like that and watch. But for now, let's see here. So, and it says it recommend, note, is recommended for this example. So this is the Anchor 31. Though if there is issue, I have a solution for you. So keep watching in case you have been having issue running with this 31.1. So then it's using Anchor SPL. Then other ones have been set up. So all these ones are based on your project if you need it to set it up. So these are usually just there. Then your Anchor term as well can have your Anchor version that you are using. Then normal the program, and then the program ID, then every other thing. This, if you are setting about, since we are even using Localnet, you can just let all this one be, and this URL as well we can change to match that if we want. But just let's just leave all this, and this is auto generated as usual. So then cargo term, then your readme. Then we have this token.tx. Normally you have your test.t, I think tx or something. So now you have this now that handles the signer. This one handles the RPC to feed it in. Then you have the signer, the sender. Then where is it taking this from your keypair and things like that. So just go through. Then you have the variable. Now I think I should also use this to talk about the programming language introduced by Surfpool, which is called the Runbook. So it's called the Runbook. I think if you check here as well. So it's language design. It uses the Runbook. These are some of those things. They are more like a declarative. You just declare and it's easier to just grab, but not really what you want to super spend time on. These are some of the how things are declared, like variable. If you go inside the documentation, there are some details out there, I think, on language and syntax, so you can see it, what each of these mean. Runbooks contain a series of code blocks that look like this. Each block has command type, variable, action, and things. So what each of them do, you can go through it. But one thing you just discover here is that this txt will be can automatically also create a UI for you. That's the good part. So you know that normally when you are doing your normal test with Anchor, you only have the normal code to run it here. But with Surfpool and the Runbook, you can have a test that also quickly spin up a UI for you, which we will see this together in action. So it's trying to say, okay, the variable for the mint variable for the token program that we are going to use. Then remember the recipient. And what is this? The value, the description, normally giving you an idea what it does. And also in the front end, it will be helpful as well. Then the value is what is actually dealing with. That mint is an address. So the mint address is what is called in Solana for the wallet program address for things like token. So we are dealing with USDC here. So the mint address for it, and then the normal token for Solana program. And then we deal with the recipient. Don't forget we're having a split token that take the token we feed in like USDC and split it into two if it is even number equally for two recipients, recipient 1 and recipient 2. So if we are interacting with this program, we need to feed it with all those details it need. And then another variable, recipient 2, you see it's just declaring them, and then is able to pick it up. Then we have the description as well, the public key for second recipient, which even makes this program more easier, because with that declaration you can easily understand some things, what's going on. You see the token program address, the mint address for token transfer, the public key for the second recipient, that's the Solana wallet. Then for the first and second, the variable amount, that's description, the amount of token to transfer. How much do you want to transfer for the person? Now, what is this editable? You will still see it. That editable is if we are running a UI. This doesn't matter if you are just running it inside a terminal like your normal anchor test. But where this shines and is that this particular something, once it spins up a UI for you, you can edit it directly. So you want to make it editable through for any place you want to be editable. So anyone you don't want to be editable like this now, there's no point editing it. But here you want it editable because the person using the UI might decide, I'm not sending USDC, and said, I want to send Drift, I want to send Jupe, I want to send Bonk. So they should be able to also change the mint address to align with that token they are dealing with. So that's why you want to make it editable, and the value should be true. But for those ones that you don't want to be editable, it's just there. So you can see that you can easily run and pick around this. I think these sections will just be tied to like Anchor Runbook. Solana Surfpool Runbook programming language. So learning how it works, the basic syntax and some things like that. So that's just a basic, you have idea of Runbook, and we'll still learn more about it. I think we have all this now, and then the next step for us is to then run the Anchor program itself. So for us to build, and then we need to now have the something. So for us to do that first, let's see. We have not even run Pro yet, so we want to have a terminal here and run Anchor build. But before that, I also like to run. Do we really need yarn here? We really need it here because we are not actually dealing with, unlike our normal test, we are not really dealing with. So if we need it, we'll come back to that later. For now, but if your normal project, you should yarn install for your Anchor before you do other things. Let's just run Anchor build. If we got errors or things, we'll see how to fix that. Anchor build. So it will have our target, which we have our idea we usually could use for front end and types as well. So let's see. So this will take about 2 build as well. Yeah, you can see now that the anchor build failed with this poke macro 2 and saying method not found. So that's an issue with latest anchor, so especially 31.1, where a lot of things are, I think they made some changes if you research, and now it's not compatible with this macro 2. So what we will do is this. So this is using poke macro 2 v version 1.0.93. most of them will also use 0.95, but one of those ones I've seen that have those issue fix is 94, but I think the 93 also could work. So there are some basic things we want to do to work around that, to be able to see what we can do. So this one is either we upgrade it to 0.94, or if it is 0.95, you downgrade it to 94. Then there are different ways in your anchor you can also add there, but I found you can just go inside the cargo and then come here. Let's scroll down. So anchor lag, this said we need version 31, but now we have discovered that it's version 30.1 that really work with fixing such issue. So the AI has also, then anything like anchor like this, they have to be the same something. For example, if I save this now and try to run anchor, it will not even work. Anchor build to just give error. You see it, that it need to select version anchor SPL 31. So I need to also fix this to match that one. Once it has anchor based something, other ones you don't really need to touch it. So now that it's matching, let's retry. If not, we try one more act to see fixing that. So here we are still using this, and some of you might wonder which version of maybe Solana CLI anchor do I have. So let me try and show you that. That's doing there. So let's run Solana version. I'm coming. Clear this so it become Solana version. Then AVM, that's Anchor Version Manager. Yeah. So version, then Anchor itself. You see it now. So I even have the latest there, but that's why it was saying there could be conflict or things like that. But this specific project, I'm not initializing it, I fork it. So assuming I'm initializing it, it will use my latest anchor. So, but now if you are doing this for the first time, you want to install this anchor 30.1. So I will suggest you first install it. Let's see AVM list. Then it will list every anchor version available now. You see it. And you see I've installed this. I've installed 30.1, 31.0. And so I always recommend you install like maybe the last 5 or 6 versions. So they are usually what you may need to go back to, like this, most times. So I have this installed, and this is the current one, latest one. But this project now is using the, assuming it's not installed, this will take it while to tell you it is installing it, so it will take a longer time. Or you can just do AVM install, I think it's install then that version 0.30.1, you have to have it on your PC to work with it in your project. So it will install it for you, and then you have it here. It's not compulsory, but if you like to have everything aligned, you can just use AVM, use 0.30.1, and like that you see it. And if I do AVM list again, then this become the current. Wherever you see the current means that's what your CLI is using at that point in time. So, but it doesn't matter. We can say use, if I wanted to use that one, which is latest, I'll change it back to this. So then if we do list again, installed, latest, installed, current. So you can see it now that is now installed. This is still compiling, and we have the current. So I think that's clear your question for some of you that will be wondering. Once I do that, you have to have it installed. If not, it will try to install it itself, which will make your Anchor build take a longer time. So I would suggest, once that 31 doesn't work for you, use your AVM or however you have installed to ensure. You should even be installing with AVM, because most time you may want to switch Anchor. Don't install Anchor directly without AVM, because that will be a headache for you to manage. So you want to have this installed, and then so this is still running. Let's see. So you can see it now. That alone just fixed the issue for us. But it doesn't matter the CLI here. What matters is we have specified the dependency, and we have told it we need this 30. So it means it also work with, let's go to cargo lock. It changed some things here, but if we do search for 1.9, 0.9, anyhow, no, it's not anyhow. Let's see other. You see it pro macro. So this, it means the 93 also work. So if not, you can force it to 94, and for you to force it to 94, you need to run this before you run Anchor build. This code, cargo updates -p, the proc macro, then precise 1.0.94, and then I think it is from that above, like 95, that has that naming issue. So I think below it still works. So since the project is using 93, let's say, but when I was testing, I upgraded it to 94 and it still works as well. So, but having that other one, since that also work, so I don't need to run this then, but you can run that. And this also work with other projects. If you run most Anchor init projects now, you will have issue running even the basic sample. So that fix will also help you. So that's how you can fix Anchor local proc macro issue as well. So now I think we have this. Let's close this, and if I run Anchor build again, it will just clear everything. It's built, and we have our targets, IDL, everything is now created for us, and the normal TypeScript if we are doing the front end through that. So, but with this now, Surfpool now, it's even spin off at least a base UI for us that you can code it with the Surfpool Runbook language. So let's see. So we can minimize that now. So we have this at least now seem ready, and the next thing we need to do, according to the doc here, to the guide here is you want to run Surfpool start, and then you have the flag. So what does this flag mean? If you go to the documentation and go inside command line, I think you see it's called the subnet. The instance of that Surfpool is called the subnet, and these are the flag you can use, like help, start, and start, then port and things like that. We have watch, so watch programs. So you know that normally when you develop Solana program like through Anchor, for example, and you build, after build, you do Anchor deploy. There may be Anchor run tests to test it. As you deploy to whichever Solana cluster, maybe the test validator or DevNet or Mainnet. So, but if you make changes to your code, you need to go and rerun Anchor build, then rerun Anchor deploy. But instead, once you have Surfpool, it can listen to you when you run Anchor build and things like that, and help you to keep redeploying your program to ensure you always have up to date and some other things like that. So now it's time for us to run the Surfpool itself and integrate it into the project. So I hope you can be able to see all this clearly. Let's open another terminal and leave that. So what we want to run now, he said we should run this, run the Surfpool with, you now know what the watch is about. So you can just run Surfpool start, but you don't do the watching. So Surfpool start. So it was saying it's usually off. So maybe as you run the flag, maybe you just on it, or we still need to pass on. But that's all we got now. So let's put it there. And run the so when you run this for the first time, it will put us through some things. Let's see. Let me put this up very well so we can see it. So you see it now, it's walk you through. So it's also user friendly in terms of the UI. And like I told you, I always point out anytime I see error, a lot of them have done that directly with the team. And surprisingly, before I even did the course, they have fixed some of them. So split token transfer, remember that's the, so if you have other multiple programs inside this program folder, you will see them listed. And as you have this now, select the program to deploy. All will be selected by default. But if you click your space key, you see it, you can unselect anyone you don't want to deploy to the subnet, SIMnet instance of Surfpool that you are running in your project. So we want everything. So I leave it marked and click enter. Then enter the name of this workspace. It already picked that up for us. So since we are running it directly within the program, and inside, remember we are directly inside it. So we just click enter, it auto select it for us. And here you have it generate something interesting. And if you notice, it generated some things. Let's minimize these targets so that you see it more clearly. It generated the Runbooks and generated this txtx YAM file or YML file. So this is, think of it like, I will call it your package JSON. Yeah, so as usual, it manage your packages and outings, but instead this one guide how your Sulfpool infrastructure as code will help handle your program deployment, signing, and other things like that. So we'll come back to it, but let's look at these runbooks. Now, these runbooks, if we look at it, don't mix it with other projects, other folder. We have this, maybe I should even make it bigger. Yeah, so you can see it very well. We have this runbook. If you click on it, it has deployment and it has a readme. So you see it's generated all this for us. You see it, the readme for us, including this people is using this inspiration and things like that. So, but most importantly, we want to look at this deployment. This actually undo everything about our deployment. It has the entry, which is the main.tx, and then the main, can now connect with also a lot. You have, and this thing can be set based on development environment. So you can set this for signer based on DevNet or Localnet, which is like using SoftNet by Surfpool, and then when you are on Mainnet. So if we go through, remember the program, I think because it's a new program and I don't have any tool installed, that's why it's just seeing it like a text. So that's why you see it here. Yeah. And then you have the subgraph.localnet. You are now in Localnet. So you see there will still be subgraph, mainnet. Those are what the team, when I have seen them, spoke about that. So now as you deploy your program, it automatically generates a subgraph for you. You understand? It generates a subgraph for us. Let's see. We are not done yet, but I will come back to all this. Enter and review your deployment. That's what it's saying. That, are you okay with all this? So, and it's like a declarative language where you say these are like variable. So you have your add-on, normally which declare your RPC and things like that, the network you are on and things. Then you have the action. We say, okay, what should be done is deploying split token transfer. So, and the description, deploy split token transfer, and then program is get program for Anchor project. You get it from this project, split token, and then the authority will be the signer.authority, and payer will be signer.payer. So all these are what you can set based on, maybe you're on DevNet, you see signer, the payer, who is now the payer that will be used here. You have the signer. It can be a web wallet, it can be your normal Solana JSON file, and then signer authority. So expected address, input, expected payer. You understand? So you declare it. Then this one means you can connect with normal web wallet and use it to sign. Then the same. So if you're on DevNet, you can set signer. What will it be on Localnet? And then if you want to have, and then on public, they are also said they are working on this multi-sig. If you are using multi-sig, so you see signer, payer, your wallet, public key, and things like that. So that's what this set, and then managed by this main.tx. Then you have the subgraph, which, remember when I was explaining this, inside all this emitting CPI, you understand? So like, I think cross program invocation or something. So like Solana program talking to each other, exchanging data, information and things like that. So now you see how these things are being emitted, all these events. So you have to have written it to be compatible with Runbook to emit the type of structure you want for your subgraph. So you can see this Localnet subgraph now. So that means as you deploy your program, it will be listening to it. As any interaction, it will be recording those events, optimizing it into an organized subgraph database that you can use so that you can be able to use it. That's another interesting feature here now, which means you can easily get an organized database of how things are going with your deployed Solana program on chain. So this starts even from Localnet. As user use it, you can do and check. So as this develop more in future, I think we still do more courses, maybe by then get more partnership with them. And don't forget to like, subscribe, tap notification, share, comment, and join the email list if you want to stay up to date which course I'm working on, opportunity for Web3 developers, like if I see any job opportunity posted and things like that, or anything we can share with tools that can make work easier. It can even be AI tools for you as a Web3 developer. You want to get inside the email list and you want me to keep this up, please consider donating and recommending support from any Solana platform project community you belong to keep this going. Now, thank you in advance. Yeah, so we have this subgraph as well. Now we got this and like, okay, we think we are okay. You can see program ID, program IDL, all these block item, things like that. So name, split, transfer, event. So I think if we go here, we might be able to spot that. You can see it, split, transfer, event. So you see that they are connected, and this is the subgraph, which is, you can now see when I was talking about in their something doc here, they are talking about infrastructure as code and talking about on-chain, about making it easy for you to deploy Solana program, which is what we have seen with the Runbooks, upgrade, and then signing infrastructure. They make it easier. You can manage different keys for DevNet, different from Mainnet, and even use, I think this is not implemented. By the time you'll be watching the course, it might have been like Squad, which is multi-sig, that's multiple signature and things like that. Then the off-chain, which is now the indexing and watching, like this subgraph now, you can have what is going on with your on-chain deployed program in a subgraph offline database to manage or give info to your user on front end and things like that. So this as well, so like a GraphQL optimizer and all those things, subgraph and things. So that's, you see the split event. So I think this is okay. So since we are okay with it, okay, we have the yarn tstx yarn file. I told you this is just like your package JSON or just like your anchor term. So this is declaring what's going on. You see like the entry, like name, split token, IDL, split token transfer ID, sorry. Then it want to run the runbook, which is name, deployment, and inside the description, deployment location /runbooks /deployment. Then it run all those things that you have there. So then you have environment, which is you declare like your local network or DevNet or Mainnet and things like that. Where you want it to pick the authority keypair. You know, this is your normal Solana stuff. Let me see. So it will be picking it. That's why you remember it's so important that we fix that error when we were installing it. It must have access here. If it doesn't have access, then there will be issue. So now that we have checked and we are okay with this, we can go on and continue. Remember our installation, we started with Surfpool start, watch, we selected token, the program we want to install, then it helps us to set up and create all this file. Now, he said we should review them. If they are okay, we can just press enter because it's yes already. If not, just press Y for yes. And then, boom, Surfpool start running. And you will see it now. It will start creating. Let me expand this. You see it. It starts creating, attempting to start creating our project for us. When I mean, like deploying, you remember that it's like deploying for us. We have built already, so we want to like deploy this to the local network, which is now powered by the SoftNet, SIM Soft or something, SoftNet, powered by Surfpool. So, but here we go again, we got another error. And this is the error. Here. I want to expand this. Let me minimize this so we can see it here. So the error is telling us now that the deploy program command, deep splits, error deployment. Yeah, I hope you can see it now. I'm coming. Let me move this inside there so we can see it better. Yeah. So let's make it like a tab. Fail to. Okay, I think we should reduce the size first. Maybe that will help us see the error in details. Yeah, so you can see it now. It's so tiny now for us to see the whole details. So, but I will read it, I will get it back. I think what we've seen now is already okay. So it's saying fail to get deployed transactions. Error, program keypair does not match program public key found in IDL keypair. You understand? So in the IDL, remember that inside our this as well, we are dealing with all these ones now. We are dealing with IDL and things like that we need to run all these things. So it's now saying it's mismatch. So if you started your project, I think you won't have issue like this. But this happened because we cloned the project. And the program itself has its own key and everything that was used to initially. So now we need to ensure we make both of them align together. So when you clone a anchor program like that, they already have a key idea and all those things. One of those ways to fix that issue is to sync the key so that they don't have a mismatch. You understand? The key pair does not in the target idea and all those things, and the key and all those things everywhere needed will be the same. So that is why we got that error. Let me bring it back. You see, so that is why we got the error, and to fix it, that's why we got no transaction. Let's escape, and there I go back to where we run anchor build. I want to run anchor key sync. I think hopefully I got the command. Let's see. Anchor, is it key, single key, or let's try this first. Yeah, keys. It is plural, keys, anchor keys, sync. So you see it now that it's updated. You see the cargo term, the lib, and everything. So it sync it with what we will be using with this. So you see it now, it modify it to sync together. So everywhere we need everything to sync, it will go there and sync it together, which is cool. And then we can run anchor build again. So you could have run this first. If you are like, you clone, you want everything to get together, you let everything align, and then you run anchor build. Then we can get back and we run our Surfpool start watch. Yeah, so Surfpool start watch. So remember, it won't, because we have all this already, it won't ask us to set it up, but it's able to dictate if we don't have them and ask us. And you can see that now it did transaction. You see it, and we have 337 transaction processed, and we got no error. So congrats, cool. We've just been able to go through. I know being the first time, that's why I take time to go through this all through the week for my project, the courses, and then simplify it, because a lot of these things I myself go through headache. You've seen it. A lot of time, even the docs might not be as helpful. A lot of things are broken and yet they don't update it in docs. A lot of things like that, how to figure it out. But in my course, I try as much as possible to simplify things for you. So if you find it helpful, don't forget to support with donation, share, like, recommend for partnership, grant, more like that, to keep this hub for Solana developer. So every weekend, so that you can see now we got this working, and now it's telling me, you can see it, that say all this program. I think I'll still ask the team if all this secret key and things like that should be actually kept secret and things, but this is just a sample something I'm not deploying. So showing and has been updated. This is the program, and then your subgraph can be reached at, so remember we have this subgraph. So he said this for us. You can click here to open it, and you have a optimized subgraph database, but for whatever reason I've not been able to access it. I have not been able to access that. So maybe I've sent it to the team. I've not gotten update. If they can help, maybe it's from my side, maybe there's something between the browser or from their side they may need to check. So it will show you optimize, but I've seen like a demo of it that shows you optimize structure, database, subgraph, that you can see. And as you interact with here, you will see more data being pulled from your database, from your program, through the event listening and showing it. So maybe in future course, hopefully we have a more actual partnership, because this I just decide to show it and done, you understand. So probably they may be partnering in future to do more series on Surfpool for you as well. So as well, that's why you should engage on X, on this post. The team should see that indeed you find this helpful as well, and on YouTube as well. So that's what that aspect. And you can see here encounter error, unable to pass socket key. So I think I've sent it. Yeah, you can see it. I just sent it to them, but I don't think they have responded yet. So maybe when Ludo is online, he will likely most time once it comes online, respond to those questions there. That's how I've been able to get answer to a lot of other ones like that. So you want to check their Discord and join if you got stuck or things. They're always there like that, helping based on my experience so far. So you can check. So at least we've been able to run. Let's now, I think the final stage now is us to now test this program with this send dash tokens. For us to do that, if we go back to the doc, it's the same thing, just have here automatic indexing, and you can see the subgraph, and here we have it. Then this action one, Surfpool, send token. So Surfpool, for us to test, Surfpool has two things. They call it I say uncontrolled or controlled, or they call it supervised and unsupervised. So what the supervised mean in Surfpool means, unsupervised means is that, or let's say, okay, what supervised environment in Surfpool Softnet mean is that you have a UI. You remember you have this related something that we have. Let's close this target. This send, that I told you we've gone through it before, that can also spin up a UI for us. So the controlled or the supervised is the UI, because normally when you are testing with Anchor, you are deploying, you don't usually have like UI, except you just run like Anchor run test is unsupervised. Whatever you have set inside your code is what you will see. Should I put this? Yeah. So whatever you have set inside your code here is what we just run with Anchor run test. So the same, you have the version here. You can just run your test. We'll see how we run it, and put the flag. That is the flag you are seeing here. But whenever you don't put the flag, it assumes you want to run that's the unsupervised. Assume you want to run the supervised. It will spin up the UI if you have followed the structure to use the Runbook, Sulfpool Runbook programming language to write the test code there. So it will now put it. So let's test the two. So we have the Sulfpool run token. So if I go and just run, we need here. I want us to be seen. That's why I put it there. So this was this where we run the. So this one is anchor bit. Let's use here. So here now, okay, this was the one we used to run the. So we are using it to run this. So this must always be on, just like your normal test validator. If you off it, then you know that you won't have access. So let that be on. And then over here, I want to, they said we should run Surfpool run. Then remember this send token. So let's first run this and see. Paste as it is and run. So error, unable to read file, send token, no file, no such file. So even if I run it without the flag, that's to go to the UI, it doesn't run. So when you get error like this, it's because of this entry, our entry file that guide a lot of time. I told you. So this like is the package JSON, the manager, like your anchor term, you understand, cargo term that manages all other things. So this, you don't have it in there. So you need to declare it as well. Like name, you see, when you use AI, it could help you. So like with Wingsoft now is optimize and have idea like, okay, this project needs something like this. That's cool. So you need name, you need to declare name, which is send tokens. Then sure, you want to have a description like send token, and you want to tell it the location that you want it to be, that it is, sorry. So wherever you place this, assuming it's inside test folder, that will be /test. So this is where we are now, and then Runbook/send. So even if you need to save, remember to save. Even if I run this, it will still say error. Can you let me know in comment why did it say the error? Have you observed it? Let me know in comment. Yeah, got question and things like that you can ask as well. It's because we don't, this Runbook, we didn't place it inside the Runbook. So we need to clear this. It is directly inside the main folder itself, not inside the Runbook. So we don't need this here. And then it has to, the AI is also suggesting, it has to specifically, if, sorry, I like to show you some, if we don't, it might not stay on. You see it, because you need to see, you know, it's now a standalone, it's not inside the Runbook. So the Runbook, I think the Runbook help run it as TX. The Runbook already expect things inside it should be .tx. So I think they already programmed it that way. So we have to be explicit this time around. So now if we go back, let's start from there. You see it that it started, and it tells us that token account updated process Surfpool. If we look at here, you can see it that in on. Oh, I need to bring this back again. I want us to see as it's going. Yeah. Oh, do we even need to bring it? No. I need to switch to it, return it to tab, sorry. Yeah, like I said, I want us to be able to see what's going on. So just watch this up, and maybe the time you can see that this 14, 18, 15 is time account updated. So if I rerun that same thing, remember with the flag, the U flag, it has to have that U. So it has to have the U flag. Let's enter again. You can see it, that it got an update at 33 updated, and then the number of transaction is 239. If I retry it again, it will come 240, and the slot, the approach, and all those things keep on. So if you go here now, for example, there's no much yet. I also think I tried to, but it seems they are not getting my question. But let's just see. If you want to try to check here, like I told you, you have set local. You see it now that it seems to have came back. So I don't know. You know, it's it seems to have came back again to 9,000 something. Then it was showing 0.5 or. So, but since you can just airdrop as much as anytime you want, say like 20,000, so they are not removed for development. So you should have been on this. Watch how we set it up previous section. So on this local, and then we can, let's try and search for that particular. You see that it identifies it as a transaction. Might not be much of details, but at least could just give us, you see it. The years is always amazing, I'm telling you. So sources confirmed, and then not too much of things. And when I try to even click show details, just break off. So I just have to refresh the page. So in case you click show details and went blank, just refresh the page, you'll be back to. So no much to check around, because a lot of those things aren't really working. like, you understand, right? Most of it you just check, it said oops like that. So maybe I don't know if this is the team of SoScan or the team. Well, all these things are still in early preview and development, so I believe, but those solid things you can see it now. So before I round up the video, let me also use the other flag. Like if we use the Surfpool run token, these tokens which make use of this to run it, and then without the flag, look at what will happen. That will give us the supervised UI. You see it's starting supervisor web console, and then when you tap here, it takes you to the UI. So let's see. Can you see it now? Do you see? So this spine up a UI for us. That's so interesting. Spine up a UI for us to make it easier. And when we put this side by side, just by using the Runbook, Sulfpool Runbook programming language, declaring it like this, it's able to spine up a UI for what we have declared here. That's another interesting thing. So when we check here, we can begin to see Runbook checklist. It starts with here, it feed in the RPC API and things like that, you know, feed in signer. You can also try to switch signer here with web wallet or things, but that's not for this video. We are just focusing on this UI now. Then select the environment target where you can tap here. When you click down arrow, you'll be able to scroll. You see it, we have DevNet, we have Localnet. So we are on Localnet. Then check sender expected address. So it's pick up from signer and things like that, and then it's able to pick up the public key for us, and that is what is outputting for us here, as you can see it, and say we should confirm. Yeah, you can see it now, it picked that, and then we begin to move on. You see start Runbook. Then you see the program to deploy. This is derived from the program action. You see it, the program to deploy. You can see it here. Review and check the variable from the list. Okay, this one is variable, sorry. So we have the program to deploy mint address of the token transfer. The default is USDC. Like I told you, you have seen this, the mint. Then the token program address. Then the public key of the first recipient. So you can edit it here. That's the essence of this. You can see that this doesn't allow editing. You see it, I cannot edit it. But this, because it has the editable keyword, then you can see it, the public key. So you can change, like here now I can type a new key, remove that one entirely. So then the same for this as well. So when you see that editable true, that's what this does for the UI. Allow it to be editable, the value. Then the amount of token, you can see it is 1000 here. So I can decide to turn it to any number from here and then validate it. Then once I validate it, you will see approve the transaction. I want us to see the Surfpool as well. This 240 transaction. By the time I go here now, approve, and then you see also here. Can we? Yeah. So approve transaction. Just check here. Validate. So you see it, that the transaction gets uncovered here and Runbook complete, and you have your transaction ID, which as well you can go just like that to check, and you can see it 15.1 transaction this updated. So if we go here, just similar to that as well, and you put it here, you are able to see the transaction with the local. You can see it now. So that is a wrap, and we have really learned a lot. I believe that's your own exercise now. Go test and try to start integrating Surfpool into your Solana development flow. Test this out, fork the repo, and as well share your experience. If you don't, you can always tweet at the link in the description, and if you check this on Twitter, you can tweet at our Twitter handle as well. So we'll be able to retweet and as well comment as well what you have done and how this has helped you more. Then in future, I think we'll discuss more on probably the probably the subgraph, and all those things. I would have been able to also fix it. And what's your experience also with that? And what do you think of this project actually helping Solana developers? Share experience as well in the comment. Like, subscribe, tap notification bell, share the video, follow it on X, and at the same time, don't forget to support with donation to keep this on. Recommend for grant support to keep this going. So that's it. Thank you so much. I will see you again in the next episode. Till then, please remember to do good to humanity and nature with your Web3 crypto knowledge, and not evil, to make the world and universe a better place for us. And always keep the programming spirit high and alive, your assurance to succeed eventually as a developer. Peace and bye.